man. I should have started at 5. All right, and we are live. Welcome back, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Waking Giant News Show. I am your host, Brother Jay, the chair of the Ministry of Information of the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee for Justice, or L.O.C. And of course, to the side of me, I have my brother, Tramikis Muhammad. How you doing today, brother?
I'm well, brother. I'm well.
Excellent. Excellent, man. It's good to see you. Got these storms going on, man. But we just wanted to hop on live real quick. We have other business to take care of, but we wanted to hop on live real quick, man, just to talk to the family about the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee and the reason why this particular organization was even created. And I'm sure the brother Jamaica's have told the story 1,000 times. But we also, just want to emphasize to the family that this is your new voice of Black media right here, the Waking Giant News Show. Make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 6 and 6:30 p.m. and we'll go live on all of our platforms, on Facebook and YouTube. And check us out, man. We're going to be delivering some hard-hitting information, man. So make sure you tune in, family. So all you out there on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like. Make sure you share the broadcast. All of you on Facebook, make sure you do the same. Like, share, and comment, man. We like to comment. We like to engage with the family. This is just not a talking head conversation. You understand, family? We coming together as a family. We see it. It's global. It's happening. All right, family? So let's pay attention and let's ride this wave because things are moving rapidly. So real quick, family, the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee. I look at this organization that I'm happily to be a part of and volunteer my time happily for as a way to not only wipe my slate clean for the things that I need to do to make sure that I'm in alignment with my purpose in serving the community. I've been doing this for over 20 years myself in many different capacities. So, and as an artist myself. So, but I look at this organization also as a means to an end, family, as a way to get us together, to coalesce under an ideology of self-reliance. I mean, there's no more fundamental right than the right to self-reliance, the right to take care of oneself and to do for self. I mean, every other nation and groups of people does that. I don't want to say races because there's really only one race, but every other groups of people do that. So why don't we do that? Why are we the only ones that are hard pressed to find a way to coalesce as a family? So I wanted to bring the brother on real quick so we could have a discussion on the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee, the things that we are doing as an organization to serve the community, not only in a local capacity, but I've been noticing on a statewide capacity, and here come Brother Ali right now, and on a nationwide capacity, brother. What we're doing is reverberating throughout the cosmos. Peace, brother. Glad you made it on.
Peace.
It's reverberating through the cosmos, man. So we got to make sure that we ride this wave, right, brother? So the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee. Go ahead, brother. Talk about it for a few minutes, man. What is the importance of self-reliance that we have to drill into the minds of our people?
Well, brother, I mean, in short, it's our only way of survival going forward. We talked about this a few weeks ago, and I'm happy to see Brother Ali on. So I'm going to try to be as brief as possible because I know there's some very important things in terms of what we're doing that he's going to have to try and drop in the next 20 minutes or so. But, in reality, if we don't learn to take care of ourselves, we won't survive. And we talked about this a few weeks ago, or just a couple of days ago, the fact that here we are again fighting for voters' rights, right? This is something that many of our people have fought, bled, and died for. And here we are again in 2021 facing the same issue. We talked about this CRT being rejected in the school systems. We talked about what's happening. I believe it's in Texas, and you mentioned to me Illinois. In particular, they're taking and changing the history. They're not teaching that Ku Klux Klan is a racist group. They don't want you to teach about the history of Dr. King and things like that are going on. I mean, we see it in the school system, we see it in the politics, we see it in the economics, we see it in the food, we see it in the healthcare system. I mean, everywhere we look, we see the injustices that are going on with our people. And it was a funny thing. You know, we had a post up on our Facebook page, and I'll make this my last point, brother. But God willing, but we put a post up on our Facebook page, and it showed us with our children. We just graduated our first summer school class on our way into the fall class for our school. So we just graduated our class. But in the meantime, I put a post up asking for donations to support our school effort. And of course, our organization is Justice or Else, Phoenix Local Organizing Committee for Justice or Else. We are a part of the Justice or Else movement. And a couple of Caucasians commented, and they commented on the or else part, right? Their position was that was intimidating, that was scary, that was unwelcoming. And I commented back to them that it was peculiar to me that their focus was on or else and not justice. Because the prerequisite that's laid down is asking for justice. And if your mind is focused on the or else, then you psychologically understand that in this country, our people will not receive justice. And justice is fair dealing, and justice is a healing, and justice is a balance. And justice is when you take justice from a people, you drive them into insanity. But we don't want to be insane. We don't want to do the same things over and over again, expecting different results. We want to produce a world, a society, an idea, systems, and institutions that take care of our own people. That's quite clearly what it is. And the importance of this type of movement is that it gives our brothers and sisters that opportunity to do so. We create what we try and do our best to create systems that allow our people to use their talents to build institutions, to build on ideas, to build on projects that take care of us as a people and guide us in the way of self-reliance. So I hope that answers your question, brother, to some degree. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, brother. And I appreciate the brevity. Brother Ali, welcome on, my brother. I'm glad you was able to make it. I'm glad I was able to wrestle you from your busy schedule, man, about town. Won't you explain for us real quick, family, a little bit of the ministry that you chair and some of the activity that you got going on there and the Be Ready program. Explain that to the family as well.
Oh, come on.
Whoa.
You bet.
Sorry about that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it froze up for a second.
Were you able to hear the question, brother? Okay.
You back, brother Ali? We can see you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can see you now. We can see you and hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now. It's a little choppy, but I can hear you and see you. It had just froze up for a second, so I didn't hear you before that.
He was asking. He muted it. He was asking what the question is, brother Jermaine.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure I was coming through clear now. Can you hear me now? It's still a little choppy.
Yeah, I'm still having bad audio here. Say something.
Okay.
Testing.
There we go.
Yeah, I wanted testing. You good?
I'm good now.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So what I was asking you was first introduce yourself to the family, as the and name the ministry that you chair, what you have going on with the ministry, and the Be Ready program as well.
Okay. Yes, sir. Brother Ali is my name. The ministry that I serve in a leadership capacity is the Ministry of Trade and Commerce. also somewhat known as the Economic Development Committee or Economic Empowerment Committee, depending on who you're talking to. And what we have going on is various initiatives aimed at empowering and building a strong financial foundation, both for the organization, Phoenix Local Organizing Committee for Justice or Else, as well as the community. And the reason being that we recognize that it's so important to have resources, to have economic power to be able to fund the work that we do, and also address a lot of the aspects of our condition that just require funds, require resources. You know, it's a sad thing that so much of what needs to be solved is just requires some money, right? Requires some financial resources, but it puts us in a powerful position to be able to solve those things once we can, secure and procure the funds that we need. So we know we need our own schools, we know we need our own hospitals, our own farms, our own businesses, our own housing, our own everything, right? Our own media companies, which is what we're pursuing here with this Waking Giant effort, right? And so if we're able to raise the capital to make these things real, right? What great position will we be in? And so that's really the goal and mission of the ministry. And then as far as what we do, most people are probably most familiar with the cash mobs, which is where we go in and we galvanize the communities to support Black-owned businesses, and do it in a way that is changing the behavior. It's a celebration, but it's something that we should be doing every day, and being very intentional about it. And so that's what we do. We do those on a regular basis, and definitely stay tuned for the next one. And then we run Grassroots Bookstore, which is a bookstore, juice bar, soon to be juice bar, co-working space, meeting space, event space, art gallery, business hub, on down the line, right in downtown Phoenix in East Lake Park. And so we're very excited about everything that's happening there and everything that's going to grow to be. And then the Be Ready program is something that we've started earlier this year, and we'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit more in the program. But it's really a business readiness and business training program for existing entrepreneurs who have been affected by the COVID pandemic or been affected by the downturn in the economy, or just being affected by whatever they've been affected by. Right, we know that our businesses have been affected, and most of the time in a negative way. And so we just wanted to create something, since we already do the cash mobs, to support business, right? One of the things that we would often hear is it's a huge infusion of cash on one day, right? But how do I continue to get the word out, continue to market my business? How do I manage my finances effectively? So if I get this windfall, right, I'm not just spending the money in a way that's not going to be the best situation for my business. And so we wanted to create a program that could go even further than the cash mob, that can support businesses on an ongoing basis and give them the tools and the resources and skills that they needed to really scale and grow their business, take it to the next level. What we just finished talking about building a financial foundation is that we know we recognize that we need institutions, right? The side business is great, but if we're going to build schools, if we're going to build everything that we're going to build a nation, right? We know that we need strong, thriving institutions to help circulate resources in order to make those things happen. And so that's what Be Ready is all about, is just helping people to go from, wherever we are currently and equipping people with the tools and resources to go to the next level, whether it's funding, whether it's accounting help, whether it's, taking your business from, just being on a side business out the, kind of door to door or vending to doing something online. And so that's what we've been doing for the last few months, and it's been exciting to see the program grow, to see new businesses come to it, and get equipped with different resources and relationships.
All right, awesome. Sorry, man, I had trouble unmuting my mic. All right,
No
awesome,
problem.
man. Thank you very much for that, brother. So let me ask you two in the 7 minutes that we have, um, why to us this makes total complete sense, right? This makes total complete sense. Just take care of ourselves. Obviously, as Brother Malcolm said in the 60s, either the government is either incapable or unwilling to protect us and kind of help us, shield us from certain things. So we need to stop looking at that, and we should have stopped back then, but we didn't. But we need to stop looking at that and focus on us and what we need to do. Especially from that decade, from that time period on, man, that's when sports blew up. That's when our music blew up. That's when everything started blowing up and creating all of these black, millionaires. So many things could have been done during those last 40 years, at least. So to us, it makes sense, but it seems like to the outer society that there's a problem. Just the way that Caucasian gentleman responded, to the or else part of it. Why is it such a threat that we decided we're no longer going to ask at the hands of massa, and we're going to ask at the hands of the God that created us by using these two right here? Why is that such a threat, Brother Tremikas?
I was gonna throw that one over to Brother Ali. I seen that smile.
Yeah, I saw that smile. I was like, you know what? Should I go to Alicia? As a matter of fact, go
I
ahead,
want
Ali. I should have
I
followed my
want
first mind. My
I
first
want
mind told me to do that.
can you get that to my brother?
Yeah, absolutely, Brother Ali. Go ahead, take it away.
Man, where to begin with something like that? You said, why is it such a problem for them? I don't, man, where to begin with something like that? I think a couple things have to be. I got 5 minutes. Okay, all right. I won't take long. I think a couple of things have to be understood when you ask, why is it such a problem? So I think the first is like when those two guys said, or else, that's concerning or something like that. We have to understand that many Europeans do not have a true understanding of history. Right? They just either they don't have a true understanding of history, or they are seriously infected with cognitive dissonance. Because when Tariq's first posted that, I told him he should have said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Right? Because when you look at any other group that's been subjected to the treatment, right, that's the logical response. Right? Justice or else, freedom or death. Right? So for them to say, "Oh, this is concerning," it tells me that either they don't understand history, they don't understand our journey, our sojourn, and our struggle, and what this country has done to us over the last 400 years, or they don't view us as human. Right? They don't see any dignity in us deserving of justice. And so I think we had got into this last time. I forgot what the topic was, but whichever of those reasons, whether they don't understand history or they're refusing to acknowledge it, they don't understand our struggle, or they just don't view us as human. We don't care if they have a problem with anything that we're doing. Right? They haven't shown the courage or the willingness for their opinion to matter. Right? These cowards that we're talking about. So we don't care about the opinion of cowards. And that's it.
Yeah, brother. I agree with Brother Ali. Absolutely. I mean, you have to understand, and I hope that your audience can forgive me for saying this in this way, but Master has always been concerned with the activity of his Negroes. Right? He's always had this mentality to control us. And those of us who have this mentality of self-reliance, we're like that movie Roots. We're like Kunta Kinte, right? And he just kept running. He just kept rebelling, right? They had to beat him for him to accept the name that they gave him. They had to cut his foot off to keep him from running away. You know, we're like that rebellious field Negro. We're not house Negroes, right? We don't, as Malcolm said, we don't see the master's house burning down and run to get water, right? In these modern times, when we see master's house burning down, we run to get gasoline, right? Dr. King said that he had integrated us into a burning house. And when he was asked what we should do, Dr. King said we should become firemen. Well, Minister Farrakhan disagreed. He said, let it burn. So, you know, our mentality is not that we are to take the government down or that we're going to attack Caucasian people, but they always want us to remain under their control. And when we have the mentality that we are not going to accept their control and their rule over our lives and the lives of our children, it strikes fear. Some of them are afraid that we will do to them what they've done to us. They're very afraid of that because that's their mentality. But when you look at us, the Haitian Revolution, for example, even after the fighting, after we had won, there was some French soldiers that we just simply sent back to France. The Polish and I believe the Irish, the Italians who were on the island that had supported us, we didn't do anything to them, right? Our mentality has never been to kill and destroy our oppressors. They know that if it were any other people on the planet, as brother talked about, that had suffered what we had suffered in the last 400 years, the only thing we'd be looking for is revenge. I used to make a joke. I said, I don't believe in ghosts. I said, because if there was such thing as ghosts, then the slaves would be terrorizing white people all throughout the South, right? We have been a very gentle, we have been a very merciful people, but they know their own mentality and they know what they would do. So they fear that. The other thing is that we have to realize that in this type of economy, you have to have a permanent underclass. It can't be lost that the reason that America is wealthy is because of us. And let's not say that America is wealthy because of us, because of the cotton trade, right? Because we've contributed to every facet of American society in terms of their wealth and their dominance around the world. They even export Black culture. If you break down this word entertainment, and the meaning of the word entertainment in a nutshell is to have influence over people's mind. They've taken Black entertainment and Black entertainers and exported our culture to use it to push ideas and thinking around the world. This is why they want to control our artists and the message they put out. So it's so many reasons, brother, that they're concerned with the or else. But at the end of the day, it just means that we're going to break free. And it never was intended, you know, Lincoln said, how much time we got? Lincoln said, oh man, it's so much.
We're over by 2 minutes. We're over by 2 minutes.
Okay, all right. Well, we got somebody else starting our other meeting, so I'm gonna close with this point, brother. Lincoln said that he didn't free the slave because it was some moral obligation. I'm paraphrasing his word. He freed the slave to save the Union. He said that if he could have kept slavery and it would have preserved the Union, he would have kept slavery. It never was the intention of this country for us to be free, justified, or equal. It never was the intention of this country or the rulers of this country. I always bring this up every time we're on the call, but I think I bring this up because they celebrate Thomas Jefferson as one of the founding fathers of this nation. But Thomas Jefferson understood the immorality of slavery. But close to his death, this is my last point, he said that he gave up on the fight of giving freedom, justice, equality to black people. I'm paraphrasing his word, but you go read the history. He said because he realized his fellow countrymen, other white folks, his brothers, never had the intention and never had the idea and never would accept the idea of the slave having a nation of his own, former slaves having a nation of their own, having freedom and breaking free from white dominance and control. And they exhibit this mentality, not just in this country, but they exhibit this quality and this mentality everywhere we are in the world. Notice I said everywhere we are, because everywhere we are, they are. And even when they're not present, they're present. So they always seek dominance and control over our resources, whether that resource is us in terms of our bodies, whether that resource is our intelligence, our wisdom, our ideas, or whether that resource is the continent and the land that we control. They are always looking to dominate us. So this or else is very threatening to them, very threatening. Not because we're doing anything. I mean, anybody that watches us, we're gardening, we're educating our children. We do train to defend ourselves, but we don't attack. You don't see us in the protest. We're building economy. We're teaching our people how to do business. What's threatening about that? What's threatening about that is that we're doing it without white dominance, control, and influence, and we don't hold our tongue. We don't, as Brother Ali said, their opinion doesn't matter to us, nor are we here to make you comfortable. We are not involved in what do they call it? Comfortability politics, right? We said what we said, and we meant what we said. Before they were saying, I said what I said, Brother Ali, the Phoenix L.O.C. was saying what they said, right?
Right.
We've never held our tongue, and we've never taken a step back. We've never let up on our position. Our people must be free. They must be in a position of self-reliance and self-determination. They must have their ability to control their own future. We must control our own ideas and thinking and institution, and we must build these things for the future of our people and for oppressed people throughout the world. So I know we way over now, brother. I have more to say, but I'm gonna stop right there, brother Jermaine.
All right, man. Well, we only 6 minutes over, so that wasn't too bad. Just to wrap it up, family, thank you very much for coming on, because we do got other business to take care of. But that's just a snippet of the type of information and things you will hear and receive, family. And there's more to come. These are jewels. This is medicine. This is love. What you're seeing right here. So there's more to come on the Waking Giant News Show from Brother Tremikas, of course, from Brother Ali. You can actually look up in the sky and you can see Brother Ali around town, and billboards all over
hang out with him the other day,
man, that's a beautiful day, man. That's just that for me. I take that as a sign. So of beautiful things to come. So thank you, family, for tuning in. Thank you, brothers, for hopping on with me real quick, man, so we could just deliver this medicine to the family. We'll do this again, family, on Monday. And next week, I'm going to be having sisters on next week, man. So come Monday on our show, we'll be talking about our ministry of agriculture and some of the things that we're doing there. We'll be talking to two of our beautiful sisters that's running that particular ministry. So, hey, it's a beautiful thing. Make sure you guys tune in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys tune in to the next episode of the Waking Giant News Show. Much appreciated. Brother Ali, Brother Tremikas, let's get on to this next business. Peace, family. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace, y'all.